Dr. Corrine Allen, international author, lecturer, researcher, and practitioner in natural health, nutrition, and neurodevelopmental education for over 30 years, is an expert on how to affect brain health, learning, and behavior problems without using drugs. She's a recognized healthcare leader for her natural and practical approach to health regarding natural and alternative methods of stimulating permanent changes in the brain for issues like ADD, autism, Asperger's, dyslexia, learning disabilities, academic and behavioral issues, and acute and chronic brain injuries. She has developed a brain program which facilitates the connection of neurological pathways for brain cells which have been injured, damaged, missing, or not properly working. Dr. Allen's brain research is applied in the Advanced Learning and Development Institute's brain programs. Through the Advanced Learning and Development Brain Camps, Dr. Allen's method of repairing the brain has helped many families find help, solutions, and hope for their brain problems. Now let's join Dr. Corrine Allen as she speaks on Your Brain on Water.
And I appreciate all your interest in the brain. How many of you have personal friends or family who have brain issues on any spectrum? We're not talking about autism, good. We see it everywhere. We now have 1 in 75 on the autism spectrum. Research shows that 7 out of 10 people actually have some kind of injury in the brain from birth. And we see statistics that now say 1 in 10 have brain injury on some level. And I think if anybody is a teacher or a worker in the public school system, you understand and know that we have a very serious problem. And it becomes very, very serious when that problem comes into your own family and into your own home, right? And it's what do we do about it? And what can we do about it within our financial means? Because these things can break the budget. So we're going to give you some exciting things tonight about how you can share this with others and use it more effectively for yourselves. I've been in the natural health field for over 30 years, and I'm going to tell on myself a bit tonight because, you know, a lot of us in the field think we've learned a lot, and we have, and we know a lot, and we do, but we never know enough. And I told people to use the wrong kind of water for a lot of years. And one of, you know, the things that when I found good water, the best water, I immediately grabbed onto it because I'd been teaching people about pH and acid alkaline, and we tried all the products that we could think of to get that to work for them, and of course the diets, and nothing worked like what we're going to show you tonight. And because we have a brain center where we work with brain injuries and actually do a 2-week intense program to help the brain to circuit its pathways and do them permanently, water is a very core part of that issue. So we're just going to talk about the full spectrum of brain issues tonight and how the water, the very special water that we're going to talk about tonight, is going to help them. Your brain on water. You know that water is the very most important ingredient in your health. How many of you believe that? Now, I believed that 30 years ago, but I didn't practice it. And I didn't have a way to give people the best avenue to get that water into them. It's the one big secret that is being missed. Water is essential to superior health and wellness. And we're particularly concentrating on the brain because that is the part today that is exponentially out of control. Now, the composition of water, we have water in the body, we have it in the brain. 80% of your brain is water. How come nobody talks about water in your brain? How come nobody says, take this for your problem? They say, take this pill or take this nutrient, and we forget about water. Our purpose tonight is to show you how the first and the foremost thing that we want to do is we want to do water. but the right kind of water, because folks, we're going to show you that if you do the wrong kind of water, you're really wasting your effort. Now the body is 75% water, and in that you have your bones, they need water. Your kidneys, look how high your kidneys are, 82%. No wonder people get kidney infections and kidney problems, because they cannot flush those kidneys if you don't have them filled with 82% water. And your muscles need 75. How many of you get muscle aches and pains? And there's not enough water flushing the toxins out. And then the blood, look at that, 90%. Is it any wonder why people that drink coffee and sodas and very little water get hardening of the arteries, and we have such a high amount of people in our population today that are on cholesterol medications, and heart disease is the #1 killer? It's because 90% of the blood is water. Your brain on water. Your brain is the missing link in the health of your brain. It's the essence of life. It has the electromagnetic current that fuels our cells. It's a resonance field. It's all electrical through which the cells communicate. So if you want transfer of DNA, you've got to have the proper water. It's the conduit and the transmission of the vibrational information. The water transports, it stabilizes, it signals, it lubricates, and it structures. It does almost everything. And without it, you can't have brain neurotransmissions that are working properly. How does the body use the water? It uses it to produce hydroelectric energy, especially in the brain. How many of you have ever seen a hydroelectric water in the home? I have. I live in Idaho. Lots of people live off the grid there. I've seen an entire ranch set up on hydroelectric, and you don't get electricity if the water isn't flushing and moving and has a charge to it. And that's the same with our brain. Your water has to be flushing and moving. It has to be a lot, or you don't get a charge. You can use water to make protein and enzymes function efficiently. It transports nutrients, it transports hormones and other elements, and it keeps your tissues from drying out. How does your body use water? The Mayo Clinic gives us these examples. That it moistens in our mouth, our lips. When we have dry lips, dry hair, dry skin, it's all dehydration. It protects the organs and the tissues when they start to shrivel up, and that is part of dehydration. Constipation, diarrhea. It helps dissolve minerals and other things. Minerals get hardened in our brain and start giving us sclerosis in our arteries. It regulates our body temperature. It helps lubricate the joints. You've heard people say how they can now do things that they couldn't do before because their joints start being lubricated. It lessens the burdens on the kidney, and it carries oxygen to the cells. Other functions of water is that it slows down the cell death. And because we don't see the cell death, we often don't think that we're dying. We're all dying. But we can slow that process down. It lubricates and it cushions. The water flushes out the toxins and poisons, and it helps produce digestive enzymes. And a lot of us have seen how water, and particularly special ionized microclustered water, can move away the aches and the pains in the body. The brain absolutely desperately needs water to function at its best. And even mild dehydration slows the metabolism down by as much as 3%. And we're going to show you what happens and some of the signs of dehydration. One of the things that people don't realize is, how does water get lost? In my life, that was not part of my coursework to study to become a natural health practitioner. We never had a course on water. It was like at the end of the sentence it was drink lots of water. But there was never any teaching on drink the right kind of water, and drink water that's electrical, drink water that's a free radical scavenger, drink water that's going to hydrate. We lose water by sweating. When we urinate or have a bowel movement, we lose water. And in a normal day, a person has to drink a significant amount of water to replace that fluid loss that is for normal metabolism. If you happen to drink a cup of coffee a day, or you have a glass of wine, or you have a soda, your need will move up exponentially, and even the basic amount of water will not hydrate you. Causes of dehydration, a very easy cause is you just didn't drink enough water.
What we're looking at here is the flagship product of Enagic, the SD501. Now, this is an actual installation in the kitchen, and to install this unit, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes. It can be installed in any type of faucet in the kitchen. The way you turn on the unit is by basically
power on, Kangen Water 9.5.
pressing that button. Okay, now, when you turn on your faucet, you have all the different settings that you normally have. In other words, if you want the spray is there. If you want just the normal setting, it's there. But once I move this setting to the Enagic, it's going to start diverting the water into the unit. The first thing it does is it goes through a double carbon antibacterial filter here. In other words, it's going to sterilize the water. It's going to clean the water. After that, the water is going to go through 7 platinum-coated titanium plates. And what it's doing is it's going to charge the water, and it's going to split the water. The good water is going to come out up here. And the bad water is going to be discarded through this bottom hose over here. Now, as you can see here, the unit makes different types of waters. The first one is the drinking water, the alkaline water. It makes 3 types of alkaline water: 8.5,
Kangen Water 8.5, Kangen Water
9.0,
Kangen Water 9.5,
and 9.5. Now, we suggest that if you are getting the water, you begin with the 8.5. Okay? And then a week later, you go to the 9.0, and then eventually you'll land up at 9.5 or 9.0. Okay? Now, let me give you some of the side effects of the Kangen water. They're very minor. One is it hydrates your brain in 30 seconds. The water is microcluster, so it goes all over the body, which means sometimes people get a head rush and they think they have a slight headache. That goes away in a few seconds. If it doesn't happen, it's probably not going to happen. That's the first side effect. Next, you're going to detox, which means the water is going to start cleaning your body. You might go to the restroom a little bit more, okay? Third is you're going to sleep better. The reason why is because the water hydrates your brain. Your brain produces melatonin. Melatonin helps you sleep. And the last side effect is your energy is going to skyrocket. If you're drinking the water on a daily basis, what the water does is it allows your body to produce serotonin. And serotonin, by the way, increases your energy. Those are the 4 minor side effects of the Kangen alkaline water. Okay, now I'm going to show you real quick. First of all, obviously, this is the drinking water that you drink at home. Now, it's very important that when you go out, you have some kind of, this is what I have. See this bottle right here? Instead of getting bottles and throwing them away and all these plastic bottles, I've been using this bottle now for 5 years. Great for the environment, by the way. Now, for restaurants, the water that you saw coming out of here goes in this kind of bottle. As a matter of fact, we have several restaurants using these bottles as part of their profit center. Now, when I give the water away to somebody, I normally use a 1-gallon jug. This is the 1 gallon, okay? You can actually get them where the tops lock, and you can get this in 45, 50 at a time. This is what I use to give the water to people. The next water, clean water, is neutral water, clean water. It says right here for medication. Some other uses to it, I like drinking my coffee with alkaline water because I like my coffee a little bit stronger. My wife likes drinking her coffee neutral, so she uses the regular neutral water. The next water is called beauty water.
Beauty water.
When you press this yellow button over here, the unit is going to produce what I believe to be the most popular water in Enagic, and that's the facial toner. Now, when you get this water and you put it in a spray bottle like this, when you spray it in your face, it feels like your skin is actually going, it's sucking the water in. It actually provides a toner which they sell at the department stores. If you don't know what facial toner is, just go to any Nordstrom's, Macy's, cosmetic department, ask them for facial toner. That's what they give you. They run $30 all the way up to $60, depending on if you purchase Maybelline or Lancome. Now, the reason why when you spray your face, it feels like your skin is sucking it in is because the pH of your skin is 5.5. And this is what this water is, 5.5. Look what it's done for my skin. I've been using it for 5 years. It's absolutely phenomenal. I bring 3 or 4 of these with me at all times. Imagine getting facial toner at no cost, as much as you want. My wife likes to wash her face in it. I like to wash my face. And by the way, with this unit, you get unlimited facial toner. Imagine the savings just with that one button. You're going to love the facial toner that this SD501 produces. When you press this orange button,
Strong acidic water.
this unit is going to produce the 2 final waters. One of them is called the strong acidic water. That comes out of the bottom here. It's 2.5 acidic water. Now simultaneously, while it's producing that water, here on the top is going to come out strong alkaline water, which is 11.5 in pH. Now let me explain to you what each one does. By rinsing your fruits and vegetables in this water, it'll take out the pesticides, germicides, and insecticides and clean it thoroughly. Now, because of its cleaning power, if you take this water that's coming out of here and put it in a spray bottle, like I have right here, see this? This is actually the best cleaner for all of your marble, all of your kitchen, your oven, your stainless steel kitchen doors. It'll out-clean your Fantastic. It'll out-clean your 409. It'll out-clean your Mr. Clean. This water will out-clean most of the cleaners you have in your kitchen. It actually has the ability to emulsify oil, and you will not believe the shine it leaves on granite counters. It is one of the best kitchen cleaners that I've ever seen. It has the ability to kill 99% of all bacteria in about 30 seconds. Salmonella, E. coli, staph, mold, fungus. It's great for disinfectants. As a matter of fact, if you put this water in a spray bottle like this, okay, if you have any type of skin rash, eczema, psoriasis, if you know someone or if you have athlete's feet, fungus on your nails, you will not believe how fast this water helps and how good it works. As a matter of fact, they use this water to disinfect surgical equipment in many of the hospitals in Asia. If you have a pet that has a rash, you just take this water and you spray it on that. You know, some people buy things like Purell and Lysol to disinfect things. You know, as a matter of fact, sometimes they want to disinfect their hands. See that? That kills 99.9% of all bacteria in about 30 seconds. Imagine how much money you can save by using just this one product. So there you have it. That's the SD501. Now, a couple of other things about the unit. It's designed to last 25 years or longer. There are no moving parts. That's the reason the unit lasts so long. Also, it's self-cleaning, which means there's no maintenance. Here, take a look at this. I don't know if you heard that, but it said it cleans it. The unit is now cleaning itself. It has the ability to clean itself, and when it's done, it will tell you. I believe that this is the next kitchen appliance that the majority of households out there is going to own. Not only in the United States, but in the entire world. You have to remember, in Japan, 1 out of every 6 homes right now already has an ionizer. In the entire world, no one owns it. Have you ever heard of timing?